All right, Tyson Fury claims inactivity. Before I get into that, if you're new here, hit the subscription. After you hit the subscription, hit the thumbs up. It really helps me out with the algorithm. And when you're done with that, hit the notification bell. That way you can get updated when I drop the newest content like this. With that being said, Tyson Fury is a little agitated that he's been sitting stagnant for so long. Now, there's two ways to look at this. Way number one is, well, you could have fought Deontay Wilder and had your fight instead of it going to arbitrations and then you having to wait for that to get sorted out so you could fight AJ instead of him in the trilogy. So if he wouldn't have done that and if he would have fought him in the trilogy, then he would not have been inactive. However, you could say with all the stuff that Deontay Wilder was saying about, metal objects in the glove, him sliding his fist down, why would you want to fight a guy like that? Why would you want to give that guy a chance whenever he let the contract expire? So it's a double-edged sword there for which way you go. Secondly, I do kind of agree with Tyson Fury. Inactivity is a real thing. And I'm going to get into why journalists, certain journalists, not all, are morons. And why I believe people who cover sports should be at least somebody who was involved in that sport on some level. I'm going to get into that in just a second. So the second part is Tyson Fury is claiming that he doesn't really want to go into an AJ fight as inactive as he's been. I mean, you're talking about the biggest fight of his career for undisputed, and he's going to have, by the time June rolls around, 16 months out of the ring, a year and a half. That's a long time not to fight. So, whereas AJ not too long ago fought Pulev. So here's what you got to look at. Ring rust is real. Inactivity is real. Now, let me get into the part of where the journalist is a moron. The journalist made the excuse that, well, if Tyson Fury loses, at least it gives him a good excuse to tell his fans that he had ring rust and that's why he lost. That statement right there shows you that this dude won participation trophies all his life. Shows you that he belonged to a soccer mom. This is what I don't like. I don't like, got to pick my words carefully here. I don't like when these reporters like this who have never done it make comments like that because it's dumb. First off, when you are serious about any sport that you do, losing is the last thing on your mind, especially in fighting, boxing. Losing when you're undefeated is something that you don't want to do. So there is no cop-outs being made about why you lost because you don't want to lose to make that cop-out. A loss is the last thing that you want. So therefore, it is very important that you are active and at your peak top condition, especially when you're fighting somebody that's not a tomato can, somebody that's not a tune-up. So I understand where Tyson Fury's coming from. And for the reporter to say, oh, it's okay if you lose because you're making an excuse, you're an idiot. Because it means a lot more if you can beat all the best of the best and go undefeated while you fight. It means a lot more if you could do that. Very little people have been able to do it, but if you can accomplish it, it means a lot. Loss isn't everything, but to be undefeated and beat the best means a lot. I'll say that again one last time. Okay, let's move on. The dude's an idiot. We got it. So moving on from that, we're looking at a June date. Anthony Joshua's prime, ready to go. Of course he is, because like I said, he just defeated Pulev by knockout not too long ago. So he's in shape. He's conditioned. How do I feel about this? If I was Tyson Fury, I would try to get a fight by the end of next month or sometime in in April. That would give you May, June. Just say you fight in April. That would give you the rest of however long in April you have. So all of May, so that could be potentially a month and a half or a month and a week. And then I would start the training camp in June. And then June, July, fight in August. That's what I would do if I was Tyson Fury. I would push that date back to August, do a tune-up tomato can that I could beat. If he does a real tune-up tomato can, he could probably fight March next month and not really need a training camp to beat a guy if he just wants to get in there, fight, get the ring rust off. And then you would have April, May. Well, you would take April off, come back May, June, and be fighting by July and just delay the fight a month. If that is his true concern. I don't know. I don't know how hard he's been training. I don't know how hard he goes when he's in the gym. I really do not know because I'm not there to see it. So again, I understand his concern. Everybody wants to see Undisputed. I'm right there wanting to see it as well. But I just wanted to bring up the fact that reporters like that are fucking morons because they don't understand a fighter doesn't want to lose, and a fighter's not looking to make an excuse if they lose when they're undefeated because they're not trying to lose. It's a legitimate concern. I agree. We've seen it happen several times. Guys get shelved like Fury's been. They get into big fights and they lose because they look slow to react, slow to move. And I'm not making excuses for Tyson Fury. I'm just saying it is a legitimate concern, and that comes back full circle to where I began. If Tyson Fury knew without a doubt he would be able to secure the AJ fight, okay? And he knew without a doubt Deontay Wilder would take him through some source of litigation, all right? They avoided court. They try to get it solved right now. I don't know if it's done or not. I don't know if it's still in arbitration or not, but if you knew Deontay Wilder was going to push it, delay you to be able to get in the ring because in December, he wanted to fight a tomato can. That never happened because Deontay Wilder pushed it. Again, if that was your main concern and you felt like you could beat Deontay Wilder, you should have just went in there a third time and beat him. That way you would at least have a fight to stay active and then fight AJ. However, on the flip side, again, like I said earlier, I understand why he did not give the trilogy because of all the bullshit that surrounded it, all the bullshit about metal objects, flappy gloves, poison water, suits being too heavy, etc. I understand why he denied him the trilogy. Let me know what y'all think in the comment sections. Do y'all feel like Tyson Fury should have just did the trilogy? Do y'all agree with him not doing the trilogy because of the circumstances around it? How do y'all feel about that? Let me know. And also, do y'all think my idea is a wise one? Go ahead, take a real quick tune-up against a tomato can, and then delay the fight by a month, maybe 2 months max. So July, August versus June. Or do y'all say, no, we don't give a fuck if he's in shape or not. We just want Undisputed. Again, hit the comment section. I respond to everybody, even if it takes me a couple of days. Like that one video I put up with 16 or 18,000 now. Everybody I respond to. So y'all have a good day.